If you want to grow on YouTube, there's some key YouTube terminology that you need to know about. And in this video, we're going to be revealing what they are and how you can use them to maximize the growth of your YouTube channel. So before you start publishing your first videos, there's some key things that you need to know about in YouTube to help you understand exactly how YouTube works and how you can really put your videos out there. So the first key bit of terminology is impressions. What impressions basically means is that every time your video appears in someone's search results or as a suggested video to a viewer, that counts as an impression. So obviously the more impressions that we get, the more likelihood is that someone's going to click on your video. But how do we get impressions? Well, the impressions all really comes down to the title of your YouTube video. By optimizing our titles and using good, strong keywords, and by keywords you mean, words and phrases that your potential viewer is actually searching for on YouTube. Using strong keywords in our titles is helping YouTube to tell them what this video is about, and therefore they are better placed to know who to put that video in front of. So if it's got a strong take from the keywords in the title about what this video is about and who it's for, it knows exactly where to put it, who to put it in front of, and that's what's going to lead to larger numbers of impressions. So for example, my videos are targeting people that are looking to start on YouTube. So phrases like YouTube growth or YouTube for beginners is a really good way of telling YouTube that my videos are targeting that audience. So immediately they can look for people who are searching for those phrases on YouTube and suggesting those as videos, and therefore that is an impression. So the more we optimize our titles with good keywords and a good description of exactly what the video is going to be about, then the more impressions that we can get. The more impressions we can get, the more chance we have of someone actually clicking on the video. And that brings us nicely on to the second piece of key terminology, which is thumbnails. The thumbnail is essentially the image that people will see when they come across your video. A really compelling thumbnail is what's going to stop a user from scrolling when they're searching through the results on YouTube. So when they type in their search for, say, YouTube for beginners, they're going to start scrolling, and if they come across your video and your thumbnail really stands out at them, they're visually guided first of all. So if they stop scrolling, they're then going to be more likely to read your title and understand what your video is about. And then between the title and between the thumbnail, they're going to make a conscious decision at that point whether to keep scrolling or whether to actually click on your video. So thumbnails is what really drives converting impressions into views. Another key piece of information that you're going to need to know about in YouTube analytics is click-through rate, or it's often called CTR. Click-through rate is basically saying how many times people have actually clicked on the video from the impression. So it's the kind of ratio of number of impressions to the number of actual click-throughs to the actual video itself. So for example, if you've had 1,000 impressions on your video and you've had 100 views, then that is a click-through rate of 10%. So what exactly is a good click-through rate? I often see this question being asked of other YouTubers. The answer is, it's difficult to really answer. You could have a click-through rate of 50%, but if that's 50% of 10 impressions, then what that's saying is for the very few people that have actually stumbled across your video, a high percentage of them have clicked through. However, it's not really been put in front of that many people. So if you're not getting good impressions, but you're getting a high click-through rate, then perhaps your thumbnail is really good, but the impressions aren't great. And the impressions aren't great because the title is not optimized to tell YouTube who to put this video in front of. If it's not optimized with good keywords, YouTube isn't really sure who to put this in front of, and if it isn't sure who to put it in front of, then it's just not going to put it out there. So that's why, coming back to titles, it's so important that we optimize these with good keywords, putting in words that people are actually searching for when they're trying to find your type of video. Ideally, what we're looking for is lots of impressions and a really high click-through rate. The more impressions and higher the click-through rate, the more views that we're going to get, and the more that tells YouTube that this is actually a good video. Okay, another key piece of terminology in YouTube that you need to know about is average watch time or retention. So in your analytics, you'll be able to tell on average how long people have watched your video for. And that's really important for YouTube as well, because the better the average watch time, the better the video is. It's telling YouTube that this video is offering value, and that when people have clicked on it, they've hung around and they've engaged in the video and they've watched it for longer. So that helps to get more impressions, because it's telling YouTube that people are watching this video, they're clicking on it and they're watching it, and therefore we should push this video more. And you're going to get more impressions, which hopefully results in more views, and then it just kind of compounds from there. Okay, so we're getting good impressions, we're getting good click-through rate. How do we ensure that we get good average watch time? So the video has to be delivering on the promise of the title and the thumbnail. It needs to validate to the person who clicked on the video that I'm getting what I thought I was going to get from this video. But it all hinges on the first 30 seconds. Typically, and people go into a YouTube video, they start to watch, and if they're not convinced within the first 30 seconds that this video is going to live up to the promise of what was promised within the title and the thumbnail, then there's a good chance that they're going to navigate away from your video and start to go scrolling through that list again, trying to find another video. If you don't get people to hang around for more than 30 seconds, that is telling YouTube that this video is not good. It's telling YouTube that people are clicking on this video and they're leaving very quickly because they're not getting from it what they had hoped. So therefore, what is YouTube going to do with that? Well, they're going to then start to reduce the number of impressions. They're going to put it in front of fewer people, because YouTube's algorithm is ultimately there to put in good content in front of the right audience, because from an advertising point of view, YouTube want people to hang around on YouTube for longer. So if your videos are only keeping people for 15, 20, 30 seconds, that's not a good thing for YouTube. So how do we increase that average watch time? Well, in order to get people to stay beyond the first 30 seconds, we need what's called a hook. So what do we mean by a hook? So basically the hook is the first 30 seconds of your video, and that is a way to hook in the viewer. It's saying something straight off the bat when they open the video that is giving them the assurance that they have come into this video and they're going to get what they were promised from the title and the thumbnail. So what we don't want to be doing in the first 30 seconds of the video is introducing ourselves and telling everyone welcome to our channel, and please like the video, and please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and all these types of bits of information. You don't want to start doing that until you've actually given people some value, that you've given them the belief that they're getting what they came for. You can drop in asking people to like the video and subscribe and all that kind of stuff in good time, but get the people engaged first before you start to do that. Because if you start off with that straight off the bat, then there's a good chance that people are going to just click off your video, and again, that's going to tell YouTube that this isn't a great video. Okay, so in summary, what have we learned here? Well, we've learned that in order to get lots of impressions, we want to have a really keyword-rich title for our video, and also to have lots of keywords in the description as well. The more keywords that we use to target our audience, that are the keywords that our audience are searching for in YouTube, the easier it's going to be for YouTube to know who our audience is, and therefore have the confidence to put that video in front of lots of people, and we'll get more impressions. The more impressions we get, the better chance we have that someone is going to click on the video. And then we can further increase our chances of people clicking on the video by giving good thumbnails. So let's just recap. Thumbnails are there to visually draw in the viewer, so when they're searching through a list of results on YouTube, you want your thumbnail to jump off the page at them, to get them to stop scrolling and actually pay attention to your video. If they do that, they'll then start to read the title, and the title, again, if it's full of those keywords that they've been looking for, it's going to give them some assurance that this is a video that's worth them clicking. And then we can add to our average watch time by putting in a hook, which is going to encourage people to stick around for longer and not drop off in the first 30 seconds. The more we can keep people engaged and watching the video, the better YouTube sees the video and the more impressions you're going to get, and then it starts to snowball from there. So if you want to grow fast on YouTube, it's important that you understand these terms and exactly what they are and how you can best take advantage of them. If you do these things and you apply that kind of logic, then there's a great chance for you to get high impressions and high click-through rates and really hit the ground running with your YouTube channel. Okay, that's it for this video, guys. If you've liked this video, do me a huge favor and hit that big thumbs up button. That would really help YouTube put this video out there and get me some more impressions. If you haven't subscribed to this channel already, or if you're new here and you're here for the first time, welcome. My name's Steve. I'm documenting my own YouTube journey whilst trying to pass on what I've learned to others who are trying to grow on YouTube as well. So if you would like to see more of that type of stuff, maybe you would consider subscribing to this channel. I'd really appreciate it. But until the next time, guys, have a great one, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye for now. See you later.